You're a beginner songwriter trying to get into music. Maybe you're a musician trying to get into songwriting. Or perhaps you're an established songwriter who's scouring the internet for different ways to approach lyricism. In any case, I'm Cameron Coffey, and today we're going to talk about how I write lyrics. The first thing is musical content. To be honest, often people aren't listening to the words or internalizing the subtleties of the lyricism. What they do hear, however, is the melody, the harmony, they're feeling the rhythm. So those aspects need to be on point. The musical content is what shifts the music from being, what do you see? What do you see? What do you see when you look at me? To being, what do you see? What do you see? What do you see when you look at me? So if you're not prioritizing the musical content when it comes to your songwriting, you might as well just write poetry. That's not to say to ignore the lyrics altogether, as that brings us to our next point. So now we're in the actual lyric writing aspect, in which we have to ask ourselves, what is the goal of the song? Typically, songs fall into three categories. They are making a statement, they are asking a question, or they are telling a story. I call this the SAS method. Songs with the chorus can take unique advantage of the SAS method, as they can put emphasis on any of those aspects, right? So they can either make the statement, I'm the baddest and you know it. They can ask the question, tell me why, what can I do to make it up to you? Or they can say the key takeaway of the story. This girl is not my lover. She's just someone who says that I'm the one, and the kid, he ain't even my son, right? So everything around that chorus, that SAS statement, should be leading up to that SAS statement, such as the pre-chorus, the intro, the verse, all of that should be leading up. Now that sounds like a lot, but that's not even the tip of the iceberg. This next point, and likely one of the more important ones of this video, is to know your genre. You need to know the phrase structure and the key ideas that are typical of the type of music that you're making. Because if you're writing country music, probably shouldn't be writing about the city. If you're writing rock or even blues, probably shouldn't be using multisyllabic words. And if you're writing lyrical, spiritual, miracle writing, then you need to have as many internal rhymes with a dense phrase structure as possible, right? So you need to know exactly how your song fits into the idiom that is your genre of choice. The penultimate takeaway is that rhyming goes a long way. Now, there's two ways to think about that idea. The first is that rhyming is a very important aspect of songwriting. And the second is that rhyming can be used sparingly. If you were to put space between the lines in your song that rhyme, then you're putting emphasis on certain ideas. However, if you put too much space in the lines that rhyme, then it might sound like you're just reading off of 10th grade prose. Bad 10th grade prose. Now, there's nothing to say that rhyming every single line in your song is a bad idea. To be honest, it might actually sound pretty good, because there's so many ways to incorporate near rhymes, end rhymes, just regular straight up rhymes, internal rhymes, that you can add variety in all the different ways in which you can rhyme. So to be honest, writing is like the functional harmony of songwriting, in which I mean, it may not be the most groundbreaking, world-ending thing that you've ever written. However, it's probably going to sound pretty good, and that might be all that matters. One of the most important takeaways that you should have from this video is that repetition legitimizes. Why does the radio exist? Why does the chorus exist? Why is it that when you hear a song for the first time, you initially hate it, but it gets repeated a million times, you start to like it? It's because repetition legitimizes. if rhyming goes a far way, then repeating goes farther. Because I could come up with a million different ways to rhyme with the word baby, or I could just repeat the word baby 56 times and get a #1 hit. No offense, Justin Bieber. So don't be afraid to repeat a couple of lines in your song, because that may be what catches somebody's ear and causes them to remember your tune. And with that, that's everything I need to tell. Now, this was banger adjacent content. Hopefully you guys liked this video. I put a lot of work into it. If you would like to see more, if you guys want me to go into more detail about rhyming, if you want me to go into more detail about chord analysis, which I was already planning on doing anyway, please let me know. If you liked it, please leave a like. Remember to subscribe. And thanks. Have a good day.